Hey everyone, how is everyone doing? So I'm excited to start this series where I'm going to be focusing on doing some trainings, getting to know me behind the scenes. Now, as you can tell, I'm just posting. I want to post really quality content, and maybe the edits, maybe I'm using my own computer. I haven't got a camera. I do have a camera, but I just want to share information instead of just waiting to post for at the perfect time. So in these series, you're going to get to know me a bit more personally. It's YouTube, so it's a bit more relaxing and just enjoying the process, but really learning and do some solid trainings. But at the same time, it's a bit more relaxed. Like on Instagram, on TikTok, it's very much like boom, boom, boom. Like there's no error for mistakes with editing. And here, I feel the people who are going to be watching this, maybe you have no interest in me. Cool. Maybe you're interested about the topic, or maybe you're interested about myself as a person and you just want to listen to me speak for the next 10, 20 minutes for many times. We'll see how long this video goes. So in today's training and today's video, we're going to be talking about how to do your own challah shred. The challah shred is something that I've been doing over the last 4 years now. And what this is I drop 10 to 20 pounds and having challah each day or at the weekends. So each year's been different. Year one, it was just at the weekends. And then from that, I had it every day. The point of this was to prove to yourself that maybe a few pieces of challah at the weekend isn't going to destroy your progress. And I've proven with that. And the funny thing about the challah shred is when people think like you go on a diet and then you put it back on. Well, I'm having carbs. So I kept my weight off afterwards. So here's what we're going to talk about. Now, before I talk about the ins and outs and the pros and the cons, do I recommend everyone to do this? Go for it if you wanted to. But I didn't always feel the 10 out of 10 because the truth is I wanted more foods to be more nutritious. I wanted to have more protein and that had to be dropped slightly because I needed more carbs and stuff. So everyone in this video knows that having too much carbs isn't the best thing. But at the same time, like we don't have to cut it all out. And too much of anything is bad. Too much of healthy food isn't good for you. So that's the real ideology behind this. So what's the goal? If your goal is to lose weight over the next few weeks, that's going to be the goal. How long is going to be your challah shred for? 4 weeks, 8 weeks. I've had a challah shred where it was 4 weeks, and some shreds will be 8 to 12 weeks. You can pick whatever is best for you. And this is kind of what I do each time. Each year you get a bit better, so you can kind of understand what to do and what not to do. But you calculate your calorie needs. So if you're in my shoes right now and you want to be super lazy with calories and you want to be losing weight, I would times your body weight in pounds by 10 to 12 and boom, there you go. That only person that wouldn't apply for if someone is quite light already and you want to lose more weight, that isn't super accurate. But if you're someone who's over 170, 180 pounds, 200 pounds, then that's a great benchmark to work towards. 10 to 12, work around that range. And then obviously with the protein, another just rule of thumb, a brilliant game changer as well, is you can implement this calculator, but what I'd also recommend is looking at your looking at your goal weight number, and that's your grams of protein. So if you're wanting to become 180 grams of protein, that's my dyslexia. If you want to become 180 pounds, 180 grams of protein. That sounds a lot. And one of the big things about the protein that I always recommend is have more than you're currently doing. Like you're going to still see amazing results if you're just slowly increasing your protein intake. Does it have to be 200 grams, 180 grams? Over time it will be. But I'm always a case of what can you stay consistent to? Majority of people could probably put 20 grams of protein on their daily routine. Very small amount of people can really change their whole lifestyle in a day. For many people, they'll try and make a huge jump, and then after 2 days, they're struggling because it's just too overwhelming. So build on it, and that's what you really want to focus on. So number 3 is planning your meals. Now, did I plan my meals? Yes, but purely for content. So when we did this last year, every breakfast I had, or every day I basically, there were some days where I had 3 course meal, no, 3 meals all around challah. That was a bit too much because I cooked a meal for breakfast, which was like challah, peanut butter and egg. Don't judge me. Great. And then for dinner, I made like a challah roll chicken sandwich. So I was like, well, I don't need to be having extra challah. But it was just, I was so thinking about recipes. Great. I ended up making so much and eating so much challah. I would still recommend having 2 to 3 meals. During this time, I sometimes would have 2 meals. What I would do is have a big challah breakfast. So like 3 pieces of challah, peanut butter, egg, my perfect combination, which was so filling. And then I would have a light lunch or like a light snack. My light snack was like protein oats or like some Greek yogurt and a protein shake. And then for dinner, I would have some sort of meal that is filling. Now, with each meal I have, this is the combination. You want to have the plate warm. So let's say let's say this lumiere is your plate at the meal. You want at least half the plate to be vegetables. And that sounds very weird, but if anyone had actually had like loads of vegetables before, you are full. So do yourself a favor and just have more vegetables on your plate. They're lower calorie, they're more filling. A quarter of the plate was chicken or protein. The last quarter is carbs or fats, But if you end up just having the veggies and the protein, you're full. Like so many times we're just focusing on having a small plate of food when actually we could have a big plate of food, have loads of vegetables, and you generally feel overwhelmed with how full you're feeling. And then when it comes to challah, I'll just either have it for breakfast, have a small portion, and I'll still have it at the weekends as well. Now, that's really the food aspect. So there's obviously a lot more to go within, and because everyone needs a different approach, I'm very careful when I do these trainings and do videos because everyone's a bit different. Now, for me, the best thing is staying active, and I think steps is the best thing. Steps is the most underrated fat loss exercise in the world. During my challenge, I am naturally getting 20k steps. That is not possible for most people. So how can you get more steps than you are doing today? That's the goal. I incorporate strength training. Honestly, any movement 2 to 4 times a week is perfect. And then utilize the weekends. Go for Shabbat walks. Be active over the weekend. Your goal should be to be more active over the weekend than the weekday. Snacking is massively a factor here because bread isn't always the most filling thing. You may slightly feel a bit hungrier. And there's 2 golden tips I have. Tea, popcorn. Sounds so silly, but in the evenings I would have a good plate of popcorn or have a hot tea, no caffeine, and I would feel satisfied. It would be quite low calorie, and the hot tea, it takes me 20 minutes to drink. So I'd recommend doing that. Again, number 6 should be something you're doing today. Like no matter what cut you're doing. Water, progress is massively helpful, and then build in. So water, yes. Progress, tracking progress is very different per person. So you could use an app. You don't have to use an app, but you obviously want to see progress. Like if you want to see the non-scale victories and how your clothes are fitting, how your energy levels are high. Of course, with the challah shred, it's a bit different because we want to have more healthy foods, but still the result of losing weight, still incorporating healthy foods will help you feel better. Building flexibility, or your flexibility is your challah. That's the thing. So I would still recommend to try and drink less alcohol. Things that you want to snack on. Have less sugary foods. There's a whole aspect behind this, but you got to bear in mind that you're having challah the weekends and the weekdays. So hopefully that satisfies any cravings you may have. And then here's an example of what I may have on a daily basis. So scrambled eggs, yes, avocado, Greek yogurt, snack. This is a day that's quite good for me. But the truth is, I know for a fact that if someone's listening here and you're 30, 40 pounds lighter than me and you want to lose more weight, then that's not going to be an example for you. You know, you may end up having only no desserts and literally just having one snack, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's very important, and I think it's a good lesson for you to understand that my approach needs to be different to yours because we're all so different. But when we get the fundamentals right, if you look at your calories, you structure your meals, you get your steps, you move your body, that's the perfect formula for you. Never look at an influencer and just trying to replicate what they're doing, because that person is completely different. So the takeaway from this, and what I kind of want anyone to implement if they're going to be implementing this, is 1, decide your goal, find your calories, have some challah the weekend or every single day if you wanted to. Try and fit the challah in the calories. Move your body as much as you possibly can. I work with so many members who don't strength train, they don't work out, they literally just walk and they lose weight because they're able to control their nutrition. And that's the big game changer here. If you're able to control your nutrition with some challah, move your body, then you're going to see great progress. And I understand me saying this on a video can be quite motivating, and it's hard. It is hard making progress. It's hard putting in a shift. Sometimes you may go into bed a bit peckish, and that's a sign of progress, unfortunately. But your body gets used to it, and you have to remind yourself why you're doing this. For me, the why behind this was for you. It's to build a better relationship with food over the weekend, so that when your father or the host is doing hamotzi, there's not a thing in your back of your head like, oh, I'm going to put on fat. It's actually, wait, 2 slices of challah? Cool. We move on. As long as the week we're consistent with what we need to do, you'll see some great progress. Okay? So, hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. I'm going to do more of this, I know it's a bit like more of a type of training, but at the same time, I want to put this training on the internet for YouTube, for anyone to read, and to allow yourself to prove to yourself and send this to anyone who says it's going to make you put on fat. And I don't need to show transformations here, but I've seen, if you show my Instagram, I have my own transformations of my challah shreds, and they're just like any other transformation who cut out carbs, and I had carbs. So that's your proof. And even though every time everyone's like, oh, this is rubbish, this is a myth, this is not a myth. The goal is just to enjoy our traditions and to enjoy the weekends without feeling guilty. And it took me years to master that because I didn't have anyone to tell me what I'm telling you. So hopefully, if I can help you build a relationship with food over a few months or even a year, wow, that's beautiful, because I would love to have had that. I had so many years of my life feeling guilty every weekend because I thought it was terrible, and every single person on the internet I was reading said carbs is bad for you. And here I am, went through my own journey and sharing you that actually, oh wait, just life. So hopefully you got some value from this, and I look forward for you to watch the next video. I'm going to put like a new video here, so if you like this video, you can kind of continue with another video.